This is week 2 of TGC tours at Oranmore Golf Links by John Ives, aka Jivesinator. Oranmore is a short yet tricky tour course with its tight fairways, clustered parking, as you can see here, and very slow but challenging greens, a different pace for the Plat Tour player. There's going to be many eagle opportunities throughout the course, despite only having 2 par 5s. The first eagle opportunity comes at hole 1. Many of these par 4s are reachable just like this first hole and have favorable greens that'll funnel in with their gyrating elevation towards the pin if you hit it just right. Hole 2 works its way back uphill, another short one, only 354 from the tips, but as you can see, a very, very narrow fairway. May be able to get, maybe it may be reachable with the right wind conditions. Hole 3 is one of the only 2 holes on the entire course that is playing over par. It is a very tight fairway and is one of the longer par 4s at 521. The bunker along the right side does present an issue, and as everything in the fairway does funnel to it, and then if you do go long here, it's going to roll off the back. The first par 3 is a long one, 202 yards from all of the different tee boxes. It is 2 level green with the right level funneling down to the left, so top right pins are going to be very challenging. That pin location, as seen, is one of the easier ones to attack. The 5th hole is a par 4 along the water. It is another challenging, intricate par 4 in a tight fairway that funnels off to the right into a small green, which is going to be a very prominent feature of Oranmore. 6th hole, I promised there was going to be short par 4s. Here we have another one, 285. This one's straight uphill though, and it is a difficult green to hold with all the different gyrations kicking things off. That singular bunker does come into play as well. Hole 7, one of the few par 4s that's probably not reachable unless under some perfect wind conditions. You can get at 370. It is downhill and a shorter one, but should be present a very easy birdie opportunity. 8th hole is a tricky but tough one. It is just a wedge into the green in the 130 to 140 range, maybe a 9-iron, but it is a very tight green, as we previously mentioned, looking like the state of New Hampshire. 9th hole, toughest hole on the course, only a par 4 368. It's also playing over par. Many doubles or worse are made here because there is 2 different landing zones. The first one is the smarter play. You can attack and go for the green side. However, it's going to give you a tough elevation and everything falls off the left side there. As we make the turn, we have the clubhouse to our right and we go straight downhill on the 10th hole, a longer par 4. This one definitely not reachable, 480 or so from the tips. And this green is going to present problems as you're going to have to roll it out the correct amount, with your second shot being a downhill approach into this pin. We make the turn and go along the water for the 11th hole as well. This one is another long par 4, one of the few, and everything is funneling left to right here. This one's pretty standard. A singular bunker once again, probably not coming into play unless you left your first shot in the rough, and another tight green. Speaking of tight greens, we have 145 yards into our par 3. 12th hole here. Basically, hit your correct tempo on your wedge and you're going to be staring down a birdie opportunity. Miss your tempo, you're not looking good. As we make the turn back towards the clubhouse, we have the 13th hole, 436 yards. It has a deep valley in the middle, so hopefully you can clear it with a long driver. If not, you may get kicked off to the left, and then coming into the green, everything's also going to want to kick left. This pin location is in the middle left of the green. We go back out for the very first par 5 of the entire course, 553, a shorter one for TGC Tours Platinum. It is a very tight, narrow fairway, but if you hit the fairway, you're going to have a good chance at eagle. There's 2 tiers here. Everything in the middle right is a big bowl, and then there's a front left portion that also kind of creates a little bit of a bowl in the front. Lots of eagle opportunities are going to be seen at 14. We have hole 15 here, par 4 downhill, through 450 yards or so from the longer tees. And that bunker in the middle is going to present problems. You're going to see a lot of people funnel their way into that. Hopefully you can navigate around it. I'm sure these Plat Tour players can figure out a way to do just that. We make it down the hill to our final par 3. Hole 16, 170 yards. A couple different level green here, so you got to pick your shot selectively. And let it funnel towards the green. It is downhill shot, so you know it's going to roll. Our second and final par 5, hole 17. We're making the final turn back towards the clubhouse. 521 yards, a shorter one. Lots of birdie and eagle opportunities here. Make sure you hit the fairway. If you go too long, it becomes very narrow. But your second shot in is a favorable one, and you're not going to have to do anything crazy to get it up there in 2. Hopefully you can knock home the tough putt on these slow greens. And then our final hole presents another potential drivable par 4. What else would you imagine? 348 yards. Downhill towards the clubhouse you see in the background. Get the right kick, you might find yourself on the green staring down an eagle 2 putt as you're wrapping up your round. So, in summary, this par 70 course by John Ives, Jivesinator, is going to present challenges on the greens, hitting the greens, as hitting the fairways. Greens and fairways are both going to be at a premium. Best of luck this week.